For 9 seasons, Randy Grimes played center for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He played during a dark era in the team's history where there were more coaching changes than wins. What he took away from the game would change his life forever. In tonight's centerpiece, the 360's Mike Cairns shares the story of one man's battle with drugs that started as a pro football player and ended in a second career helping others.
How was your detox? Good. These are the people that I want to be around. This is my new locker room.
39 years ago, Randy Grimes was a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Started in 1983. I remember getting that phone call from Coach John McKay saying, "Hey, Randy, we just drafted you in the second. I'll see you tomorrow." Click.
The Baylor grad went on to anchor the center position for the Bucs for 9 years, during an era when Tampa Bay never won more than 6 games in a season.
I remember when I got out of treatment.
For the past 15 years, the former pro has been working with addicts, using his past addiction that started while playing pro football.
There was no indication of what lied ahead for me. You know, there was nothing coming up. My parents were the greatest role models. Never saw them touch a drop of alcohol. My brother and sister, same way, great role models. My wife, I married a preacher's daughter.
The grind of his position and the game would start to take its toll on Randy's body, sending him down a dark path that would eventually lead to an addiction to opioids.
In the 8.5, 9 years that this was going on, not once did anybody ever come up and say, "Randy, why are you slurring your words?" Or, "Randy, why are you nodding off at meetings?" Or, "Randy, why are you late to practice every day?" Or the last to leave the building every night and pills are missing out of the safe. Nobody ever confronted me with that because I was always playing good.
The last 2 years of Grimes' career, the addiction got so bad, the Bucs center was playing games in complete blackouts.
I would be home late at night, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night after a 1 o'clock game somewhere in the country or even at the Sombrero, you know, and I would start kind of coming out of it.
When his career ended in 1992, his addiction was raging out of control. And for the next 17 years, he would lose everything.
I can remember laying in the floor of that dark house with no car, no money, no job, thinking to myself, laying in the floor, completely dark, thinking, you know, man, I was a second-round draft pick. I was a college All-American. I was a second-round draft. I was the 1988 NFL Man of the Year for the Bucs.
In 2009, Randy would finally get the help he needed and eventually start his own company called Athletes in Recovery, working with NFL players past and present battling addictions. And that was just the start.
I never dreamed that it would be so successful that Major League Baseball got involved, and hockey and the NBA, pretty much any sport you can think of that has an organization that supports their former players.
Randy's message began to get out through speaking engagements and eventually a book he wrote called Off Center.
I didn't know if anybody was even going to be interested in it or not. The main purpose of the book was a healing process for the Grimes family. You know, these are all our detox rooms here. And, you know, this is the first step in coming to WhiteSands.
3 years ago, Randy took his program to the WhiteSands alcohol and drug rehab facility in Plant City.
I love sitting in on the groups. I love running the groups. I love being with people. And this is my tribe. Are you getting along with the community good?
Now the former Bucs center not only works with pro athletes, but people of all ages, sharing his addiction and using that to help others.
This is my destiny, you know. Obviously, God was preparing me all those years to do what I do now, to be able to share my story. And, you know, I'm not going to waste this opportunity. So we're really proud of that.
In Plant City, Mike Cairns, Spectrum Sports 360.